Alright, to do step 3, the vertical edges, front left, front right, left posterior, and posterior right, this can be thought of as the equator of the cube. That's these little guys on the side here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Recall that the centers never change. So this red center will always be the center, and so we're only interested in the edges here. The purpose here is to place and orient the 4 cubes that belong on the edges adjacent to but below the T-face. This can be thought of as completing the middle layer, or equator. After completion of this step, the top 2/3 of the cube will be correct. For each of the 4 cubes that belong in a vertical edge position, do the following 4 steps, 3A through 3D. Again, you may be lucky to find that some of these vertical edge cubes are already positioned and oriented correctly. In this case, none of them are, so I've got to do all 4 of them. Alright, step 3A. Locate a vertical edge cube, one that belongs in a vertical edge position that is not currently correctly positioned and oriented. This is the desired cube. If the desired cube is correctly positioned but incorrectly oriented, go to step 3D. That's not the case here, but let's just pick one to begin. Okay, let's work on this one right here. This cube, which is in a vertical edge position, needs to be orange on one side and green on the other. Okay, where is the orange and green? Don't get confused by this one. This is a corner cube. It's not an edge cube. Okay, so orange and green. There it is right there. So the orange and green is here, and it needs to be here. Alright? If the desired cube is not on the bottom face, in this case it is not, do the following sequence of moves. Hold the cube so that the desired cube is at front right. So I need to put the orange and green cube at front right, or right there. And then I do this sequence right here, which is right minus, B plus, right plus, B plus, F plus, B minus, F minus. At this point, the desired cube is on the bottom face. Rotate the bottom face until the color of the vertical face of the desired cube matches the color of the center cube on one of the 4 sides. Okay, this is where a lot of people get confused, but let's just recall what we're doing here. Now the orange and green cube is right here. It's on the bottom face. If white is still the top, the orange and green one is on the bottom face, and it said rotate it until the vertical face, in this case it'll be the orange face of that cube, matches somewhere. So I got to match it up with the orange here. Now I look at this carefully and I say, okay, it matches here and it goes here so that the green down here matches this green over here, right? Okay, now I'm going to have one of 2 situations. Either it's going to match on the front here. If this is the desired place for the cube, the desired position, then this is the front and this is the right. In this case it matches on the front. If the cube had been twisted the other way, then the green face would have been on the vertical and the orange would have been on the bottom, and it would have matched over here on the side. I don't know why this confuses people, but it does. But let's just take a look at this. We know that it matches on the front, so it says, hold the cube so the desired cube belongs in the front right position. There's the desired cube, there's the position. If it matches on the R face, do the sequence BR to FR. That would be this one. If it matches on the F face, do the sequence BF to FR. Ours matches on the front face, so we'll do this sequence right here, which is B minus, R minus, B plus, R plus, B plus, F plus, B minus, F minus. And now you notice that the orange and green cube is in the proper position and properly oriented. So we've got 1 down, 3 to go. So let's go for the next one. We're looking for the green and red cube that goes in this position. Where is green and red? There it is right there. Okay, so I'm going to rotate the bottom, since it's already on the bottom, Does it match on the front? No. It's going to match on the side over here. There's the green and red. It matches on the side. It goes here in front right. So now I've got this situation up here rather than this one. We had this one on the last time. So now I have to do, if color matches on the R face, use the sequence of moves BR to FR, which is this. Here we go. B plus, F plus, B minus, F minus, B minus, R minus, B plus, R plus. And now the green and red cube is where it should be, properly positioned and oriented, and we haven't disturbed the one we did before, the orange and green one. Alright, let's go to the next one. The next one should be red and yellow. So I'm looking for the red and yellow cube. Oh, the red and yellow cube is right here. Well, I can do this one of two ways. I can either deliberately move this one to the bottom face and solve it, or I can simply put the yellow and orange cube here, which will move this one out of the way anyway, and the only other place it can end up is on the bottom. So a shortcut would be, let's do this one first, the yellow and orange, and then we'll do the yellow and red next, because that will automatically move it to the bottom face. I hope that's not too advanced for you beginners, but that's a shortcut that I would think of. Okay, so let's find the yellow and orange one. The yellow and orange one is right here, on the bottom already. So I'm going to spin the cube until the vertical face of that cube matches either on the front or on the side. In this case it's going to match on the side because I want it to go right here between yellow and orange. So it matches on the side, so I do this one right here. B plus, F plus, B minus, F minus, B minus, R minus, B plus, R plus. Now the yellow and orange one is properly positioned and oriented, and what was there has been moved to the bottom, which was the red and yellow one, which is now over here, and I can just do that one without having to deliberately move it to the bottom. So I'm going to match it up on one of the faces. It matches on the side, so I can do this sequence right here. B plus, F plus, B minus, F minus, B minus, R minus, B plus, R plus. And now the red and yellow is finished, and if you'll observe, it appears that the top 2/3 of the cube has been solved. And we did that by solving these 4 edge cubes for the vertical faces there. So that concludes step 3. We'll move on to step 4.